So I get using self-taught as a way to just say that you weren't classically trained in anything or traditionally trained in anything. But what I find really weird are uses of it like Jacob Collier or even the girl that was featured in Adam Neely's video. I don't know this for the girl that was in the video, of course, but I definitely know this for Jacob Collier, because he claims self-taught. But what he really means by that is he definitely received formal training, but he explored other genres and stuff on his own. And in my opinion, that is the whole point of formal training. It is to equip you with the tools to be able to pursue genres on your own. Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Whoa. Man, it's been a pretty full week of practice streams. There might be one today, there might not be, because I have tentative plans to visit my family, so I'm going to be gone for the weekend if that happens. So I might not be streaming today, but man, I streamed every day this past week, and I feel really good about the progress of my pieces. The main things I've been working on, BWV 997, the Prelude, Lobe de Trennen. I keep saying this, but it's basically done at this point. There's a few more touch-ups that I just need to make. I'm honestly not really working on it too hard. I'm just touching those things up for 5 minutes a day, and hopefully over the course of the next few days, they'll just be kind of touched up, you know? And then I'm going back into the fugue of 1001, Soar Mozart variations. I would like to start a new piece after Lobe de Trennen, something similar in difficulty, because it was nice working on something that wasn't a fugue or Bach, because Bach is really freaking hard. So yeah, I might find something more in that realm. But yeah, other than that, how's your practice been this week? Hopefully pretty good. Of course, we're going to answer some comment questions. I'm first doing a little small talk, kind of telling you about the state of the channel and my plans for things going forward. First off, I'm moving, and I'm going to be starting grad school pretty soon now. It's coming up. Maybe I'll make a practice series for that specifically that'll span 2 years, like practice logs, season 2, something like that. Like, no matter what, I think the format is still going to be the same, where I'm just streaming all the practice, and then I'm going to take highlights of that. You're going to see that later in this video as well. You're going to hear all the best moments. And then once a week, I'll just talk to you and answer some questions and stuff. And then all the other videos on this channel will just be reaction videos, just farming the freaking clicks. Rick Beato, Jacob Collier sometimes. Billy Strings? Ooh, what am I planning? I know, right? Practice logs, that's very important. That's the foundation of this channel, kind of. And I feel really good about streaming the practice. That's been so productive. It's been so helpful. Yeah, alright, well that pretty much covers everything. Is there anything you want to talk about? I guess we'll see right now, because I'm going to go into the comment section and answer some comment questions. This is from the Demithar, friend of the channel. How's it going? You said, what is it with being self-taught nowadays? And of course, you're referring to my Adam Neely video and probably my Jacob Collier videos as well, because that's what you posted it on. I've stated this before. Claiming self-taught, there's a sort of ego that's attached to it. Wherever you are in your musicianship, you're just announcing that you got there by yourself and you didn't need anybody's help. And I just think it's kind of a strange thing to claim. And I know that oftentimes it's used to differentiate between having formal classical training or formal training in whatever genre that you play, which, can you have formal training in rock or stuff like that? Let's say no. I'm going to say no on that one. You can have it in classical, you can have it in jazz, but if you're using the term self-taught to just announce that you didn't go to school or didn't take lessons or something, I get it. I totally get that. I just feel like the term self-taught has a lot of baggage attached to it, and it's easy for me to jump to other conclusions for what you might mean by that. The first thing I said, I think that use of it is very reasonable. I don't know if I would use it that way personally, because even if you were taking rock lessons, I wouldn't, if you were in guitar lessons for that, I don't know why you are, by the way. You should take classical lessons, learn rock on your own. I feel it would still be strange calling yourself self-taught. That'd be a little disrespectful to the teacher. It's just like, what am I, chopped liver? I didn't teach you anything. I guess you could then further say like, oh, well, you know, I'm the one paying you the money to teach me, so it's kind of like I'm teaching myself. I'm just outsourcing the labor to you, right? That's a kind of silly way to look at it. I don't think anybody actually does that. God, speaking of that, I'm going to talk about what I was just saying, but I want to go on the side tangent right now because it reminded me of this one situation I was in when I was a teacher teaching children, I think in 2021 or so. There's this one kid whose mom insisted that we did hour-long lessons. Usually I only did 30 minutes. Honestly, I didn't want to see most kids for longer than 30 minutes. But this was at a time when I was really trying to save hardcore, and the mom was persistent, so I was just like, all right, whatever, we can do an hour lesson. This kid, he used an electric guitar, of course. He kind of had the attitude of a rocker too, which is not conducive for a good guitar lesson, especially one from me, because, you know, I'm leaning heavily classical towards it. I would still give him parcels of rock knowledge, because I do have that, but honestly, I really try to steer towards stuff that I'm interested in my guitar lessons, and that's why I'm very upfront when I offer guitar lessons. I'm only teaching you classical guitar, and that's it. you know? I'm not interested in anything else. But yeah, this kid, he was just like kind of arrogant, kind of annoying, kind of like me. Like imagine me as a kid, I guess. And I remember one thing he said to me, and this was actually right after my girlfriend at the time broke up, and I was in that first week or so where I was just looking at my lessons and I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I was just struggling so hard, and I show up to the lesson, and halfway through the lesson he drops some line on me like, hey, you know you work for me, right? And it's just like, oh god, like, get me out of here. Like, I was about to kick my router under the desk or something. Like, cut the internet off. Oh, man, did I do this? I think I might have done this. The old, like, we need to find a new time, and there is no time I will accept as the new time. So it just, like, fizzled out. It was a thing on OutSchool where they don't want you quitting lessons with students. Like, I'm sure you can. They're not going to do anything. Yeah, I just framed it as this big scheduling error, which I was super busy at the time, to be fair. Anywho, that's neither here or there. Just a little story time for you. Yeah, so I get using self-taught as a way to just say that you weren't classically trained in anything or traditionally trained in anything. But what I find really weird are uses of it like Jacob Collier, or even the girl that was featured in Adam Neely's video. I don't know this for the girl that was in the video, of course, but I definitely know this for Jacob Collier, because he claims self-taught. But what he really means by that is he definitely received formal training, but he explored other genres and stuff on his own. And in my opinion, that is the whole point of formal training. It is to equip you with the tools to be able to pursue genres on your own. Like, I don't care if it's classical guitar or jazz or whatever. I mean, those are the two that I would recommend studying if you are going to hire somebody. But either one you pick, those two will so over-prepare you for playing anything you want. Like, I get passionate about other genres too. My guitar is gone. It's in my car still. It's been in my car for like a week and it's hot. It's summertime. But it doesn't matter. It's a Yamaha. But you guys have seen that steel string that's been back there. I had a random just moment of inspiration where I wanted to write an emo, like, acoustic album. And I'm doing that. Like, your life doesn't have to just be the thing that you study. It equips you to pursue any kind of genre that you want. And I believe if I were to just go all in on acoustic emo music and just, like, listening to emo music and studying that, that would not equip me for going into any genre, like classical, for example. It just wouldn't. There's not enough substance in it to justify hiring a teacher to teach you that, because it's so easy. So when I get inspired to go to other genres, I can do that. Would I ever consider myself a self-taught emo guitar acoustic folk player? No, heck no, I wouldn't. And that's why I thought it was weird when Jacob Collier considered himself self-taught after he's been to like these conservatories and studied under the most famous jazzers all throughout his childhood. You're not self-taught. What are you talking about? And same thing with the girl in Adam Neely's video. She was clearly a jazz singer. Like, her vocal dexterity was insane, and she had these musical ideas that came from somewhere. That was clearly someone that's been around and has been performing, I bet, jazz, maybe not on guitar, but vocal, for years and years. And then when you move to a new instrument, you want to try a new thing, she was perfectly equipped to figure it out and find her voice very quickly. That's what bothers me, because she found her voice on guitar really fast because she was super equipped to do that. And most people who have no training in anything whatsoever are just simply not equipped to do that. So yes, when she says she's self-taught, that weirds me out, because that's how I interpret it. Everything I just said, that's what I'm interpreting her saying. Like, all of her prior training just didn't matter at all. God, that's another thing we love saying too. Every experience we had, we have experiences that just didn't matter. I took lessons for a year. I went to college for a year. I didn't learn anything. I got my degree in this. It was useless. It doesn't help me in my life at all. Do you really know that? Really? I don't know. There's no experience in my life that I could ever look back on and say that it was useless. Now, what I definitely can say is that I didn't try hard enough. I didn't make an effort to get enough out of it. Like, when I look back on my guitar lessons, like when I was taking jazz classes in high school, God, I could have worked 10 times harder, and I would have benefited so greatly from that. But I didn't, because I was a POS freaking 17-year-old. I wasn't mature enough to take it seriously. I would now. That's why I feel great about going to school now, because I am going to milk it for everything it has. I'm talking dedicating like hours a day. I'm ramping up my practice routine, 3 hours a day. I want to be used to practicing 3 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week, just for when I go into there. Like, these 2 years are going to be insane, and I'm going to get the most out of it that I possibly can. Even from my classes, even from classes I don't even want to take, I'm going to learn everything that there is to learn. So much schooling and so many lessons previously, I have not taken that seriously. And that's what I'm most disappointed with now. There's no experience that I think I didn't learn from because it was the teacher's fault or anything like that. Even if you do receive bad lessons or bad schooling, at least now you can identify what bad schooling is. That's a useful thing to know how to do. Okay, so that's neither here or there, I know. But I think I described how I feel about people calling themselves self-taught. When you're a trained musician in a separate genre already, I just feel like it's a little dishonest because most people don't have that training and they'll try to do what you do and they'll completely fail and they'll have no idea what they're doing because they don't have what the self-taught claimer has. And if you want to get training like that, find a really great classical guitarist, find a really great jazz guitarist, pay them whatever they want, and try to get that foundation that'll help you with anything that you might want to do. And if you only want to play emo acoustic music, then just play emo acoustic music. That's fine. But if you love music, you will probably find yourself loving many genres of music throughout your life. So pick a foundation that is versatile and packed with substance. That is all. Alright, I think that's enough for this practice log. So, what I'm going to do now, we're going to go through the last week or so of streams. I'm going to show some highlights. I might play one piece, I might play half a piece, we'll see. It might be several pieces that I show in a row. We'll see what I end up including. So, enjoy that, or skip to the end where I talk to you again. Yeah. See you on the other side. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? Really improving on all that music. Yeah, again, those streams have been really helpful for me, just to keep me honest with putting in the time. But that's fun. So of course, if you want to catch that, that's most days. Yeah, so that's going to be going on. It's going to be really interesting when grad school starts and I'm doing that. I might even do some from the practice rooms of the grad school that I'm in, because I'm pretty sure I have some morning and afternoon classes on the same day. So I'm going to be looking for time to kill. Maybe I'll be the guy live streaming in school. I don't know. I don't want to end it so soon, but I feel like I've talked enough. So thanks for watching. The channel's been doing really well, so I'm happy about that. It's really fun trying to make drama out of the YouTube music community. Alright, well, I have a lesson to teach pretty soon, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So, of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, want some guitar lessons? Ooh. So here's the tightrope that I'm walking right now. The views have been doing really well on this channel. It's replaced a lot of my income that I used to make teaching, and if that's happening, I don't really want to teach as much because I've been teaching a lot the last 5 years, and it makes it better for the students that I do have. Like if I only have 6 students or so, I can really put a lot of energy into those, but if I'm teaching 20 or 30 people, like 1-hour lessons a week like I'm used to, it just is draining and it's hard to put all myself in there. But of course I'll do it because you have to have a job. But I also work 5 hours a day or so on YouTube. Like I wake up every morning, and then by the time it's lunchtime, like it's almost I woke up really early today. Like usually I wake up in the morning, it's 7 a.m. or whatever, and then I'm filming, editing, videos out by noon. If it's later than that, that's bad. That means that I've been working from the morning up until then. And then I'll practice live stream for 3 hours, and then that gets me to my first lesson. Do you know, by the time all that's done, I've already worked on the YouTube channel for like even longer than 5 hours, like 6 or 7 hours sometimes. So any more than one lesson after that is just a lot. Now, if I didn't do YouTube stuff, I could teach 5 lessons a day, and that would be a full day of work. But I don't know, while the views are doing well, I'm probably not going to take on any more. But if views start going down, I'll have to take on more. So maybe keep an eye out for that as a metric if my channel starts doing poorly. The Rootin's Delight, head on down over there. Get some merch while it's fresh and hot. Patreon and member section. The member section has been thriving. I think the live streams have helped with that a lot. You can catch all the old live streams there, of course. And yeah, that pretty much covers it. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. I'll see you in the next one.